Alright, so today we are going to be working on our pinball machine. And I'm gonna start by eating some chocolate, I guess. A name for a long spear in Macedonia. That is correct. It was debatably the name that I was going to be if it wasn't Oriana. Little by little, I continue to advance with the streak. Wow, very nice, 55. Holy. Okay, just a little more chocolate, then we are good. But hopefully everyone is doing A-okay today. I'm doing pretty good. It's a Friday, so it's always a happy day on Friday. So at least we got that going for us, right? Also, enjoy your burgers, Sheeny. Bad brain day, but it's getting a little better as the day goes on. Well, hopefully the day will be a little better if you can just chill here, vibe, enjoy, and, yar. Just do your general best. You got this, Random Logic. So, we were running into some issues with the touch sensors that I believe we were chalking down to noise. So I did a tiny bit of debugging, by a tiny bit, about 5-10 minutes of debugging off stream, of just like quiet focus time, and I did realize something. We were getting some noise issues, but the other issue is that you have to actuate all four, or you have to touch all four sensors in order for it to detect it. So that was the actual reason why we weren't getting the proper triggers. As to why it was triggering on its own, that was indeed due to noise. So what we are going to do is reduce the complexity of this and move forward with a slightly different design. I believe what we can do is we can hopefully trigger these guys a bit more consistently if we only tie them to a single line, though I'd like to try a double line, so that's what we're going to do first. So that means I need to just do some... Apologies. Had to sneeze. I'll have to do some disassembly. Okay. So, anyways, onwards and upwards, right? So, does anyone have any exciting weekend plans upcoming? Because I do have some plans, but I'm unsure if I'm actually going to follow through on them. Because last weekend, I think I went to... What do you mean I think? I went to the mall and had an okay time there. So maybe, honestly, same. Okay. I'm trying to... Sleep, take notes, Alex. Wow. Just calling out Alex, huh? Okay. So what I am going to do is we're going to move this side assembly, or we're going to move this assembly to the side. I'm going to probably just strip out the wire and this wire. And we are going to switch to a slightly simpler design. I want to switch to only using 2 touch sensors. I think that will be sufficient to still do sufficient coverage, and also not run into as much issues with noise, right? Given that, however, this stuff kind of needs to make like a tree and go away, you know? So, yeah. I pretty much just want the entire sub-assembly gone. That'll be quickest. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to just detach some stuff By detach some stuff, I mean detach some wires that we're no longer going to need, at least for the moment. And this guy. Okay. There we go. So we're going to simplify the design and only put 2 in line for now. I think that will make life easier. We shall see. If we're unable to trigger it properly on 2, we will just switch to a singular one and move on. And hello, Dropped Frame. Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well. A good start, I guess. Oh, yes. Yes, that is a good start, Size Boss. The project is going, you know? We're started. We're schmovin'. We're gonna have to do a little bit of backtracing, but we're going to figure it out. And the most important thing we can do in this situation is keep moving forward. While we may not be the best at particularly, really any aspect of engineering, as long as we stay persistent, we will be able to get it accomplished. At least that is the outlook that I am going to choose to have. So I'm going to choose that reality and substitute it with my own. So, besides that, let's see. What did I get up to today? Pipe cutters. Okay, thank you for the redeem. Thank you for the redeem. So, pipe cutters. You want it on the pipe cutters. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. These pipe cutters or these pipe cutters? Which pipe cutters would you like them on, Pokemod? Black. Understood. Okay. So we'll put it probably on both sides. Should we put it up here or down here? Pokemon, it's kind of your call. So do you want a smaller eye up here, or do you want a bigger eye down here? Okay, I am gonna turn on the hot glue gun, so we can fulfill that request. Bigger eye. Okay. Okay, so that guy is heating up. Give it just a moment, but we will do that in just a minute. While we are doing that, I am going to do some wiring. But yes, dude, okay. And the most successful people all have grit. Yeah, that's probably a true statement. I would agree with that statement. Hold on, I'm thinking of what I want to do here. I want to reduce the number of complexities in this circuit as much as possible. Okay, so let's think. We essentially want to reduce the possibility of getting noise in our system as much as possible. So what I'm thinking is we rely on the external supply as least, like the smallest amount as possible. And if we have to, we will figure out either a filtering or a other solution to hopefully sidestep the issue. So given that, we need to take a look at this guy. And probably don't need any of these plugged in right now. We'll redo them in a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. So this is our ESP8266. It is my beloved, your beloved, everyone's beloved. It is the golden child. It is the best thing in the entire universe. Yeah. Okay, so looking at this guy though, we'll see that we are looking for the 3 volt and the grounds here, because we are going to need a minimum of 3. So we have one here, another here, and then another on the other side over here. So we do have the 3 that we need. So I think we're going to try to power this, this, and this on the 3.3 volts. Additionally, because we are switching down to 3, I think we can put this. Can it put me to bed at night? I could make something that could put you to bed at night. Though I think that would be a bit difficult. Actually, it wouldn't be difficult. It really depends. I guess you could just, like, mount a taser and then, like, a targeting system. And I guess then it could put you to bed every night. Maybe not the best approach, but it is an approach. Pulls out the go-to-sleep hammer. Yeah, I would never pull out the go-to-sleep hammer. Okay. Huh? The design is very human. Yeah, the design is very human. Listen, it's as human as a human, half-human dolphin hybrid can be, okay? Okay, so given all this information, this is going to reduce the number of confounds in our system. We will be able to look for either trigger independently instead of having to rely on them in series. So I'm hoping this is going to reduce the complexity and make life a bit easier. However, comma, it does mean that for every bumper, we are going to need one ESP, which will increase, like, essentially our bill of materials, for lack of a better word. But I'm not super worried about that. One, we have a lot of these, and two, powering them is something I'm used to, and we have plenty of supplies for. So let's go ahead and get this going. I'm gonna need female to female cables. But yeah, that is certainly an approach. Listen, I have an approach of all time, okay? Some may call me crazy. Most may call me crazy. But that's okay, because they'll put me in a rubber room, and then the floor will attack me, and then everything will be okay. Because that's how life works, you know? Oh, I did also take a look at the datasheet here. So real quick, there is an interesting toggle that we can do, which I don't think we're going to do, but I would like to discuss it real quick. So you see these little A's and B's. See these little A's and B's on this on the silk screen, aka the writing that's on this board. So if you short those two little solder blobs together with another piece of solder, so like if you bridge that, you can change the options that you go through, or how it works. So you can turn it into a toggle, so like a light switch, so like on and then off, or you can inverse it, so you can have it, it's always on until you press it, and then the same way except for the on-off, it would be off-on. So yeah, we won't be doing either of those, but I just thought that was an interesting side tangent to what I saw earlier. Oh, also, this design will should simplify our PCB layout, or not PCB layout, but other layout. It has better grades than me. It's okay, grades are not important, Crow. Grades are absolutely not important, and I'm just going to plug these in and talk a bit. I think I've said this before. In fact, I know I have. But I was someone who did not get good grades in school. I got absolutely atrocious grades. Not absolutely atrocious. I think that's a bit of a hyperbole, but I certainly was not going to win any scholastic awards. C's get degrees. Okay, they say C's get degrees, but I don't know what major you're in. I do not know what major you are in where you can get C's and get a degree. Because every engineering major that I've ever, like, looked at is you had to get a B. Like, you have to have a B average by the time you finish. Like, if you don't have a B average for your major GPA, you just get kicked out or put on academic probation. I don't care about my grades as long as I know what I'm doing. Yes, so that is what I've always subscribed to. I've never been particularly good at tests. So I've always more or less just cared about the process of learning, I suppose, would be the best way of putting it. Not necessarily the final outcome. Though I think that generally changes or at least it changed for me when I was in. So high school, I cared a lot about my GPA. I forget the exact GPA I graduated with, but it was approximately a 3.7 something, 3.78, 3.79. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't a good GPA. But I still cared about it. And then by the time I got through college, it was just like, as long as I pass, say, the class A, should be okay. Gosh. Well, that's okay. It's A-okay. I feel like... You guys ever wonder if, like, high school you saw current you? Or... essentially, if high school you saw current you, would they be happy with your life so far? Would they be disappointed? Or, like, what decisions would have they questioned? Because... I feel like college is a major divergent point on, like, just, like, the possibilities of your life, first of all. So there's a lot of different paths you can take. And secondly, you also tend to experience things that may be out of your control. They would kick your butt and be disappointed. Oh. I feel like high school me would say that tracks. I'd question all my decisions. Oh. They'd probably be confused but happy where I am. That's fair. Okay, let's get this guy. I woke up at 5 p.m. today. I'm literally living my best life. Okay, Alex, to be fair, though, the high school you isn't... No offense, isn't that far removed from the current you. I feel like you're still very much yourself. I would be proud. Nice, Cheetos. That's baller. Okay, I am going to get these guys connected. Fair. Because when I originally went to college, again, my major was chemical engineering when I first started. And then I switched it over to biomedical engineering. Though I don't think past me would have been upset that I changed my major. Because as long as I was in any engineering, I think I would have been okay with it. Engineering or medicine. As long as I was in engineering or medicine, I think that would be perfectly a-okay. They'd be both, you achieved everything, but you're now single, but you're still single and unemployed. Ouch. That'd be rough. I put a can of tin beans in the oven because I can't be bothered to cook. Safe to say high school me would be like, what the heck happened, dude? That's okay. Okay, yeah, high school me would be mad at current me for not having a romantic interest. I suppose. Yeah, they'd probably be mad at me for that. But to be fair, high school me didn't have any game either, okay? Like, the lack of game has been a consistent theme throughout my entire life, okay? So, mood. Exactly, yeah. So if high school you gives you garbage about not having or being single, like, just clap back and say that, hey, you didn't ever get a boyfriend or a girlfriend or they friend. I would have been bullied by my high school self for bad decisions. Oh my gosh. I don't know if high school me could do that. High school me would be furious, then depressed that I haven't achieved a particular stupid dream. Well, what's the dream that you're trying to achieve, Jove? If you don't mind me asking. I would have bullied my... Oh. Oh, Crow, I see. But yeah, what dream did you want to achieve? You didn't want to, like, get the One Piece or something, right? And again, this guy that we are working with right here is a relay. So it's essentially responsible for changing your power source. So it changes your middle source. It technically swaps like the bottom two, but you can put it on a one-way. in just the middle, and essentially just use it to turn on and off stuff with digital logic. The only time I got a chance to get romantically involved, I ghosted the girl because I didn't know her message. Okay. Ow. Okay. I'm sorry. I got slightly passionate there for a second. Do you guys know? Do you guys know you're not supposed to, like, smile at someone? Because apparently that's flirting. Because I did not know that. I did not know that. Until, like, not recently. No. Yeah, apparently, if I, like, smile and make eye contact, that's flirting? Wait, am I crazy? Or maybe my dad's just crazy. Unlurk, that's not true. Okay. Yeah, flirting rules are made up. Okay. People who say that they are projecting isn't flirty. Ori, have you been on the incel internet again? I'm not on the incel internet. I'm not on the incel internet, okay? This is not I'm not an incel. I'm not an incel. I'm a femcel. Get it right. If you look at me smiling, engineers have an entirely different set of flirting rules as well. Yeah, that's definitely true. People ask me what's wrong unless I smile at them. Huh. Maybe I'm just not human enough. The design is very human. Someone slapping the top of my head. The design on this dolphin is very human. Refuses to make eye contact. Apparently if makes eye contact plus smiling is flirting. You know, the usual. Okay, and then this is a trigger. Alright. Alright, so this should be quite a bit simpler. So now, we need to get... You are very human. Maybe you have problems expressing it. Maybe you have problems physically expressing it. Well, like, I'm half human. Well, okay. So, yeah, I'm half human. Like, that counts, right? We round up here, right? We ceiling, not floor, right? Right? Surely. Uncanny Valley? Even years of therapy have not allowed me to figure out the rules of smiling or making eye contact. Yeah, it's difficult. It is definitely always very difficult. And yeah, I guess engineers do have a different set of flirting, or a different, like, rule set. Okay, I have just enough. Okay, just enough if I put this on that. Oh, I want to try something real quick, if that's okay with y'all. Oh yes, and before I forget about it, we need to apply some googly eyes. We need to apply some googly eyes. Okay. Okay, so you want the biggest possible googly eyes we can get, right? Is that correct, Pokemon? Okay, so I have, like, this guy here. Yes, Pipe Cutter. And also, hello, Midnight Minute, welcome in. And hello, Cynic. I could put it, like, here. What do you think of here? Here's good? Pipe Cutter has Ratchet? Yes, the Pipe Cutter does have Ratchet. No, not bottom area? I'm confused. So you want it here? You want it here like it's its mouth? Like here? Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Hey man, you're the one who redeemed it. good. Okay, so if I put it on both sides, Pokemon, if I put it on both sides, I think the eye will get rubbed off. I will place it, but do not expect this one to stay that long, necessarily. Okay. Alright. Congratulations on your redeem. Uh-oh. Wait, why are you stuck? Wait, why is it stuck? There's no way that the glue would affect... What happened? It looks so derpy. Perfect. Hello, Froggiano. Just a piece of plastic just, like, fell out of it spontaneously after attaching the eyes. That's okay. It's just happy. Anywho. They are now Googlied. I hope you are happy. Okay. So what I wanted to do real quick, I wanted to practice just a little tiny bit. I want to make this a bit smaller. So what I would like to do is cut, and reattach them so they are... Actually, I just need to cut once and then attach to here. That should be easier. So I'm going to do that. I'd like to do that. So that's what we're going to do. So I just need to like plug it together and then it should be good. And also this should be 20 gauge wire, I think. 20 gauge. And Drilly still only has one eye. Yes, Drilly only still has one eye. You can take it up with... I don't know. You can take it up with a different drill. Speaking of being disappointed in myself, my mom called me right before the stream. Did you tell her that you're about to watch a dolphin girl on the internet? Surely you wouldn't, right? Surely you wouldn't. That's okay. I talk to my mom before stream. Occasionally. More or less because, like, as I'm driving home. Okie dokie. Let's get this guy attached. So, the reason why I'm doing this, A, is practice, and B, it will just be convenience. I didn't have the chance, and she opened with... Do you have any plans to date anytime soon? I see. Luckily, I have two sisters. I have two older sisters, and they both have kids. So I am kind of slightly exempt. I am slightly exempt from dating pressures at the moment. Dating and having children pressures, which is good. Youngest child privilege. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, I need to turn on my solder sucker. Apologies. My brother's happy. I'm taking the heat as well. Oh, I see. Pretty sure my parents have already given up on my sister. Oh, that's kind of sad. Ooh, my hands are kind of shaky today. That's okay, though. That looks fine. We'll see if we run into issues. Ori will get married one day. I really don't think so, Chief. I would be extremely surprised at this point if I did get married. Like, realistically. I feel like... I wonder what this... to another dolphin. Okay, again, do you guys know what Drake's equation is? So, for those of you who may or may not know, Drake's equation is an equation used to find out if there's intelligent life in the universe, or on a planet. Like, essentially, it's calculating the odds of something. Like, given the number of stars in the galaxy, given the number of galaxies, given the number of what a habitable planet is, given the chance that that habitable planet is, given the chance that the habitable planet has life, etc., and then given the chance that the life is intelligent. So, have you guys ever ran the, like, calculations on your own Drake's equation except for finding a partner? Because if you, like, multiply, like, if you run the math, I don't know about y'all, but the numbers for me don't look too good. No, that sounds depressing. You're telling me you've never ran, like, statistical analysis on an opportunity to try to find a boyfriend and or girlfriend? Not and or, just boyfriend or girlfriend. Why so? Why not? Anyways. This guy's now together. Should be good. Let's go and attach it to ground. Or he just rizzed the new girl at work by eating a plastic duck. I'm not going to riz some... I don't think I can riz anyone if I eat a plastic duck in front of them. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, Chief. Just various statistical probability. Or just like when I run through the... I avoid using statistics about myself. Yeah, that's true. The trick is to riz on accident. Oh, crown. Pokemon, that's not very nice of you. You know, I did just apply the tool, or the googly eyes to the tool for you. You don't have to dunk on me this hard right now. Just because I eat crowns and plastic ducks doesn't mean that I have a problem. It means that the world has a problem. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We are golden. By doing this, someone will become the rubber ducky of your work. No, it does. Do you live near a marine base? The crown thing may not be a turn on. No. If crowns are not for eating, why make them safe to eat? What's your favorite color? My favorite color is blue. If you're talking about crayon or crown, I mean scarlet, I guess. But that's like, there are reasons why that taste is the best. It is not because it actually tastes the best. It's just the ones that I happened to try. The scarlet one was the best. Because children will put everything in their mouth. My strategy is just assume that I will never find someone in my life with that in mind. If it does happen, cool. If not, maybe weird, but cool. Uncle/if/ when your brother gets kids. Yeah, I'm the cool aunt, okay? I'm the cool aunt. I'm the cool aunt. I'm not really the cool aunt, but, you know. It's okay. Maybe. I wonder if my nephew would think I'm cool. Maybe nephew thinks I'm cool. I honestly have no idea. Oh, Ori, when Sparks gets here, you should ask him about the different flavors of Loctite. Oh, okay, maybe. There was a stack that we did, right? Right now it doesn't matter. I can put 2 and 2 together. I did actually find someone. The world is just a rough place, so that's me done forever. Oh. I wouldn't say that. Anyways, let's go ahead and turn this guy on and see what happens. 3 volts. Powered. Ground. And then output. Turns out he replicated your different ground flavors theory with Loctite. Okay, good for him. Good for Sparks. So good for Sparks. So happy for him. Or I could just meet people, just work on 3D printer and not worry about that. No. You can't worry about that. What the heck? Why does this wire keep coming undone? Hold on, I'm just gonna replace this wire because it's bothering me. Okay. Apologies. Or topologies. Give me just one moment. And that would require him sleeping the day. Maybe Alex will... Alex, I would never run the statistical equations for you right now. Buddy, I think those odds are not great. Because you're essentially looking for people within your age range who are interested in 3D printers and also have a messed up sleep schedule. You may have a hard time. Okay, so just get this guy plugged in. And then apply power, and we should see some stuff. Actually, we do have to do some code first. I'm gonna go ahead and do the code before I forget about it. So again, we are just working on our pinball machine right now. So we're working on our bumper right now. So whenever the ball moves past it or goes close to it, it should trigger it, and then it will push it outwards. That's what we are hoping for. That is the nominal behavior, for lack of a better word. And we shall see if this new solution will work. It should. There's no reason why it shouldn't, but then again, there's no reason why the previous one also shouldn't. So give me a moment. Okay. Alrighty, let's get this guy open. Okay, and application. Just want to open our application. Give me a moment. Okay, so our application is going to be slightly different. We have our outputs on pin 5 or pin 6, so I need to go ahead and adjust these. So give me just a second. So we are going to adjust the pin mode on 5 and 4, not 5 and 6. So this is 4, 5, 4, and we will still be driving it based on 14. What we are going to do is perform a digital read of both this, or if our digital read of 4 is equal to 1. And then, it's fine if we're just looking at the output value, just to see, but I don't think that matters. So I'm going to go ahead and compile that. There's no reason why it shouldn't compile unless I made a syntax error, which of course we did not actually. Wow, nice. And let's go ahead and push it over and see what happens. Okie dokie. Okay. Well, that's not concerning at all. because we haven't even reprogrammed it yet. So it is running on the old code, so I wouldn't expect it to necessarily be working as expected, so give it a moment. But yeah, let me just hydrate real quick while that is happening. I forgot the conversation started talking about romantic partners and not Alex's total disengagement from college life, not interest in romance. Social lives are important. What are you expecting to change? Oh, goblins. So we're reducing the number of touch sensors in the system to reduce the amount of noise that the system's experiencing. We're also able to individually ground the sensors. So that should, keyword should, allow us to be a bit more consistent with what we're seeing. So what should happen is if we touch this guy, it should go down for 3 seconds. So if I touch it, it will go down for 3 seconds, aka actuate it. That's what we want it to happen at the moment. And then same thing with this one. And then, of course, if both are pressed, it should still go down. I think. Yes. Excellent. So, oh nice, simplifying things is generally a good idea. Yes, so what we're going to kind of rely on, let me see if I can like hold them at length, is if we put it between the two, if we put it between this, oh, 1 second. Oh, I gotta not touch the table. And the ball gets close, but not touching. It should cause it to actuate, and that's what we want to happen. Oh, kind of launched it. It's okay. But yes, and due to the fact that this guy is going to be slightly charged, I believe it should be able to trigger from a decent distance away so long as it is moving. So that is also something we're going to take abuse of. Or take, not abuse of, take control of. Well, maybe. It's not great? Oh, what part's not great? That looks to be about a centimeter. Yeah, it looks to be about a centimeter. Okay. So as long as it gets within a centimeter of the touch sensor, maybe slightly less, it should be good. So, given that information, we'll space it out and see if we can get it working. Having no social life outside of Twitch or work. What's wrong with having no social life outside of Twitch or work? What's wrong with that, huh? Cynic? What's wrong with that? Buddy? Buddy old pal? Pal or buddy? Pal or old buddy? What is wrong about that? 2 days late, but spaghetti. Yes. Also, no one's answered the other question, but that's okay. You do have a social life outside of Discord, Twitch. Every time you get close to the screen, you could really see. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not 5'1". I'm not 5'1". We've gone over this. I'm not 5'1". I'm not 5'1". I am not 5'1". Okay. 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 Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Look. Eye contact. Eye contact. Eye contact. Eye contact. Look at me. Okay. I am not 5'1". Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Eye contact. I know, right, Yuki? Apparently, yeah. At Ty, at Oriana. Sorry, I keep forgetting your 5. I am going to throw a rock. Also, expecting us to maintain eye contact is a big ask. Wait, isn't it cheating if you count... I don't count the fin, guys. I don't count the fin on top of my head. That's not my height, okay? It's where my, like, hair slash head stops. So if you, like, shave my head, and then I was, like, I guess closer to a dolphin with, like, gray skin, that would be how tall I am. Anyways, I need to turn the hot glue gun off because I smell burning glue. Okay. Anyways, so given all this information and the fact that we have it actuating now, what we need to do is we need to make a few of these. So I would like to have a minimum of 2 bumpers, and ideally 3. So I'd at least like to get 2 set up for now. I think we are going to have to do some more soldering, but that's okay. Listen, guys, okay? Just because I wear my little cosplay while streaming, just because I cosplay while streaming, okay? I take this very seriously, okay? This is very serious business. I am 100% serious. Also, hello, Jane. I forgot to say hi to you. Hopefully you've been doing good. Hopefully you like the meme I sent you today. Hopefully you like the meme. Anyways, one second. I'm just gonna take a bite of my chocolate bar. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Brink, for subscribing. It is very much appreciated, but never necessary. Thank you so much. And wow, 7 months. That's like more than half a year. Dang. That's a long whiles. Anyways, we are going to have to do a tiny bit of soldering, so let's get started. I've been appreciating the DMs. Good. Or you're getting old in VTuber terms. Wait, am I? I don't think I'm old in VTuber terms, am I? I want chocolate bars that look like popular dev boards. I want to make that. I'm not sure if that would be like an entire stream, but that would be a fun idea. But I don't think I'm old in terms of VTubers. "3D print food, safe molds, perhaps." What boards would have nugget pies, ESP, or Arduinos? Nougat? I'm not sure. Anyways, we need to solder these guys together. I'm gonna set this up. Alright. Touch sensors go this way. Mounting goes this way. It's easier to make silicone molds of actual components. Yeah, that's what I would think as well. Give me a sec. I'll add it to the list. Not if I add it to a list first. Okay, this needs to be slightly taller. I really would like for this to be the right height. Maybe this is right height? No. I'm kind of worried about the heat transfer there, so that's not going to work. I think we may have used tape before. Ah, yeah, tape. Yeah, that will be fine. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and get this guy going. And also, hello, Spikes. So I am just going to solder real quickly. If you look in the top over here. Oh, right there. We're going to solder that together. Also, what's the password redeemed today? It was whatever message got sent out. And no one has guessed it. So that's kind of sad. You know, because Sarissa took a Google and a half. Oh, well, at least you figured it out, I guess. What's the gamba today? I don't know the gamba today. Also, Brink, who would you like to bestow the prize upon? Because I can't bestow it to you because you are already subscribed. Who isn't subbed? Yuki? Do you want to give it to Yuki? That's fine. Just tell me who. And I will give them a sub. Okay, looks good. Are you using Google as in a big number or Googleplex? Google as in lookup, I assume. And also, sorry, I got a random urge and kind of just may have taken it out on my workplace mat. So, Yuki, Brink? I redeem on random logic. Okay, that's fine. Slash gift. Ba-ba. Give me just a second. And gift subscription. Okay, there we go. All Gouda. Congrats on the gift slip. Thank you for taking the time. Also, how am I the first one to get an hour in? Because no one else wanted to apparently go through the trouble of looking up and finding... wait, text search didn't find it. No one said Sarissa. I'm positive no one said Sarissa. I would have recognized it. Again, because, like, Sarissa was the name I was going to go with before I went with Ori. What is the game/puzzle? The game/puzzle was the going live message was a question about a long Macedonia spear. Someone mentioned a Macedonian long spear, but not Sarissa by name. That's correct. That is correct. Someone did do that, but I was looking for Sarissa. Also, 1 second, I need to reach in this guy. It is not doing the hottest. I'm pretty sure someone mentioned that earlier. I'm pretty sure no one did, but I could be wrong. If someone could go back and screenshot or tell me if they did, I would be happy to give another prize. Joke's on you, I don't see the notifications because I'm usually already here. Dude Pog. Oh, while I have you guys here, if we were to stream more, I'm not sure if you guys are going to say no to streaming more, but if I were to stream more, what day do you think would be a good day for that? Oh, the friend that moved me into their house after my first year immigrant from Macedonia. Yes. Yes, but what day? What? Oh, that's a bad solder joint. Oh well, that's okay. I'm not trying to win any medals here. Yes, Saturday, Sunday. I was helping a friend with Linux permissions, so I couldn't join right away. That's okay. Hear me out, Brink, okay? I know exactly what to do, okay? You do chmod 777. That's the perfect Linux permission. It's absolutely perfect and will cause you 0 issues. Surely, 0 issues will be had. Okay, there we go. I need a minute real quick. Slice streams on Sunday. Okay, do you fancy and do A plus X and said, you said hi, though. Okay. Give me 1 second. I need 1 minute, guys. Give me just 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned, just waiting a moment for the ad break to finish, and then we will be Gouda. And we are Gouda. Alright, so welcome back to people who are still here, if there is anyone still here. Poggers. If there is not, Poggant, but that's okay. Your model looks like a puppet that died when you walked away. That's sad. We all left? Okay, that's perfectly reasonable. I can't say that is unexpected. Moment. 5-volt relay. You had an ad break? Dude, I feel like I feel like a large chunk of y'all are probably subscribed, to be perfectly fair. I hate to be the one to tell you, but none of us were ever here. We're all voices in your head. It's okay. You guys are all just my coworker, right? You guys are just giving off the illusion this whole time that, you've just been giving off the illusion the whole time. Yeah, I thought you still had ads turned off. I do keep them as absolutely low as possible, but no, they are, unfortunately, the lowest they can be. If it was possible to do no ads, I would. I would if I could. Or he thinks the coworker is real, not a teddy bear. Do you play enough ads so people don't get pre-rolls? I try to, but generally no. I really should try better about that. Hello, Schlatt Sandwich. I see you like boxes. I too like boxes. Hi, Susan. It's me, your coworker. For months, I've created the illusion that you are streaming to a large audience, but here's the truth. All these people in chat are me. And now, to be convinced, I will send this message from all accounts. Caught. IRC, it's 3 ads an hour. Dude, I feel like 3 ads an hour is so many ads an hour, though. Is it not? Like, I just feel bad doing that. Maybe I'm crazy. Well, I am crazy, but, like, not for that reason. But, you know. Just don't see the point. I didn't get an ad? Oh, okay. Nice. Zip. Get Sai to sing you a song about pipe cutters play during ads. Oh, I can sing. Why'd I admit that? I can sing, but I'm not sure if I want to. Streaming requires so much infrastructure, it's crazy that 3 ads an hour pays for it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Twitch is just losing a mass amount of money, to be fair. But you promised? When did I promise? Okay, hold on. When was the promise? Because I know someone clipped something along this. Just ask the wife. You have to set an average of 3 mins of ads an hour to not get pre-rolls. That's sad. Twitch is a massive loss leader, even with all the subs and bits. But you can break it up however you want. Still, I'm not a huge fan of it. But yeah. Anywho, we are going to need a second, well, actually a third microcontroller. Okay. Harry Potter one, but you have to sing to cast spells. We've already made a magical spell book, though, Sparky. I feel like that is reductive. Promised on 02/09/2026. Okay. Let's get down to business. These three should be fine. Anyways, I'm just setting up the other bumper. To defeat the Huns? Yes. Yes. Remember, chat, that's what happens if you guys misbehave. Alright, let's go ahead and get this guy screwed in, though. I wondered why that happened. Yeah, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. You defeat the Huns. No, people try to avoid it as it makes it harder to get new viewers, and since if you don't know a streamer, the first thing you get is ads, most people just leave. Sag. I suppose. Get this guy connected. I just need to duplicate the output and make sure that it's good. After that, I will probably switch to doing some CAD, if that's okay with y'all. Because we are going to have to start the design. I'd like to start the design for how our board layout, or like our... hold on. Need to trim this. It's bothering me. Anyways, gotta go. See you on Monday. Okay, see you later. Have a very good night. I was making a joke about Ori defeating the Huns if we misbehave. Right when you're... Right when I'm leaving, you start CAD. I haven't started CAD yet. And that's okay. Wait, with you gone, though, who's gonna hold my hand through it? Gotta be responsible and sleep. Responsible for once. Perhaps. Okie dokie. I like the little guy. Yes, we all like the little guy. Oh. Oh, the little guy that I chopped off? It's okay. So, it just has, like... The joints just kind of stick out. And these over here were being a little too sticky outy, so I just chopped them off. Okie dokie. Wolf can hold your hand during Blender. I don't... That's a sentence. That is a sentence of all time. Oh, I mean the little guy shows up when I say oh? Yes, yes. Of course. Okay. Next. I don't know why, but there's like some like piece of popcorn or sugar in here. What is this? What the heck? Oh, thank you so much, Dude Cheetos, for subscribing. That is very much appreciated. I hope you have a good time for however long you are here, whether that be, you know, a little bit, a longer bit, or something else. And then, also another question I had for you. Sorry, I don't know why I'm, like, getting particles out of this, but... Are you a spicy Cheeto enjoyer or a puffy Cheeto enjoyer? I suppose you probably like all of them. But... if you had to choose one... what Cheeto would you choose? It's fun watching projects. Thanks for sharing them. Yeah, thank you for being here. Okay. We found the noise. No, this would never cause digital noise. Why is that gunk in there? I don't know. It looks like sugar. 1 second. Let me get a vacuum for this. Original flavor. They got it right the first time. That's fair. Oh, thank you, Jockey, for the hot pots. Was that from the cookie? Did a 9-volt leak into it? I honestly have no idea, guys. That's magic smoke form. Yeah, it's probably close to magic smoke form. Oh, thank you for the hydration check. I appreciate it. Let me just, you know, hydrate. Okay. Okay, so we are Gouda. Did you figure out the EMF noise? So there were 2 issues with the EMF noise. One was having 4 sources. You had to press all 4 of them at once to get the trigger to work. And the EMF noise was, in fact, coming from our power supply. And even if I isolated it as much as I could, like putting it on a perforated board, covering as much as I can in electrical tape, short of putting it in a like Faraday cage or something along those lines, I was unable to get it. So what we're going to do, and what we are doing currently, is we are slightly simplifying the design to only use 2 touch sensors. And if we only use 2, we'll be able to use the native GPIO that's on our microcontroller. So we won't have to worry about the noise, because it's going to be a direct connection. So we're reducing the need for it to be able to sense the trigger in parallel. And then, oh, I see you're powering them externally. Partially, that's one of the issues. The other issue was all 4 in parallel is just not doable, unfortunately. So yes, that is what we are currently working on. Okay, I need some wires. Ooh, this guy needs to be repaired. Man, I just turned it off too. Alright, I gotta go. Have fun, you guys. Oh, yeah, have a good time as well, Fraud joining you. You could put a bumper in the middle. I guess I'm surprised they don't make a donut-shaped touch sensor or something, so you could put the bumper in the middle. They may. I don't order parts specifically for a project typically, though. I kinda just go for it. Wow, this must be ancient. Oh my gosh, this guy must be ancient. Sorry, I'm just like looking at my handiwork, for lack of a better word, or lack thereof, and I can tell this is a very, very old battery thing, because, hold on. So if you see the connector that I used here, I used like a completely different connector. I'm kind of curious how bad the solder joint is. Let's take a quick look. Let us take a quick look. I'm curious how bad the solder joint is. If you guys want to see my old past work, give me a second. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it is still good. There's like several layers of tape. I'm not gonna bother. Anywho, I need a certain guy. I need help from a certain little guy. What is the least favorite color? Probably orange. Yellow. Orange. I think orange. Okay, 1 second. I am just going to have to modify this. I should have gone with red. Hold on. I still go with red. Just go with red. This is incorrect. Why is this incorrect? It is incorrect because I need the female for this. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to have to kind of completely redo this. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm Googling and looking at some pictures of bumpers now. Fun fact, the bumper switch is just a round mechanical switch, if I recall correctly. Yes, that's sometimes one of the... I don't want to say fallacies is the issue, or fallacy, because it's, like, necessarily a wrong approach, but that is unfortunately what can happen when I'm doing these projects. So, I believe I've said this before a few times, but I will say it again. I try not to look up anything. Like, I try to look up as little as possible and then come up with the solutions. Yeah, or he doesn't do research. Yes. I am capable of doing research. I want to note that I'm capable of doing research or mechanical stuff. Listen, we're getting slightly better on the mechanical stuff, okay? We're getting slightly better. Like, there's going to be a day in the not-so-distant future when you're like, wow, Ori's kind of decent at this now. I've just decided to wing it soldering last night, and I felt like an embarrassment on stream. That's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with... that is the price of entry. Twitch slot cars, that is the price of entry. The price of entry is embarrassment. Plus, I was trying to use 30... Oh, no. Yeah, so, if I were you, I would stick with solid core wire unless you have a good reason to use braided. It's generally easier, in my opinion, to work with, though some people advocate for braided. And then you want to use 18 gauge if possible, because that is what is going to fit inside these the best, to my knowledge. Though I believe you can also use 20 gauge. But I would stick with 18 gauge. Alright, solder time. Not 100% surprised. I thought I ordered solid core and was pleasantly unsurprised. That's okay. So, this strip. I think that varies based on manufacturer, but the main idea is that the solenoid is triggered that makes the plastic part fall really quickly, sending the ball flying away. Oh, a little too much. Stranded core's biggest advantage is its flexibility and vibration resistance. If you don't need those traits, solid core is better. Luckily, I'm not putting this through like rigorous testing. It doesn't have to go on a rocket ship. So luckily we don't have to worry too much about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this guy attached. I use the gauge of whatever I find in my room. That's very valid. And also, hello, Wacky. How are you doing? Crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm not gonna crunch you. I would surely never crunch you. That would be crazy. I totally haven't picked that up from Avo. I would never pick up something so evil. You just did. I would never. I would never. Alright. Hey, don't spray me. Prepare to get bonked. I'm not gonna get bonked. It's okay. Wacky doesn't have the... Why are you bonking me? I didn't even do anything to you, Skeletal Bones. I did not even do anything to you. At the moment, I just use 24 gauge, 26 gauge, because mainly that's what I have on my desk. Yeah, if we look at the gauges that are on my desk, we have quite a few. But, we just don't look at that, and we stay zoomed in. We just stay zoomed in. We just stay zoomed in and hope for the best. And also, my posture is good. Thank you for checking. I appreciate it. True? Yes. Oh, yes, but back on days for streaming. So I was thinking of maybe starting a Saturday stream. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. Probably since I've started streaming, to be perfectly honest. But it would be a non-eventing stream. And I am just trying to gauge interest. So for those of you who may or may not be in the Discord, or for those of you who may or may not be, like, around too much, essentially, I'm curious about people who are essentially casual viewers, if you guys are interested in that type of stuff, or if you are not. So, like, people who are just, like, occasionally here, essentially. Also, I need to make this smaller. Poll time. No poll. I'm just more interested to see. I unfortunately cannot do Saturday nights. It probably wouldn't be a Saturday night. It would probably be a Saturday midday thing. What time of the day? Let's say... Let's say about 3 hours earlier than currently. Like, than currently starting. So, whatever the current start time is for you, like 3 hours earlier than that. Or maybe, like, 3 to 5 hours earlier. Somewhere in there. And then it wouldn't necessarily be, it wouldn't necessarily be as constrained, because it could go as long or as short as needed, I suppose? But yeah. Am interested. Let me know. Or don't. That is also okay. I just work here, except for the times I don't, which is every time. VR chess stream? Oh, I'm not sure if I want to do a VR chess stream. 3 to 5, then all days are good. Oh. Hello, Potter 4123. I should get some... Wait, it's not a job, you. Well, I think you should. Huh? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm... Anyways, you guys may see some stuff in the near future. That may or may not be on weekends, but... I'm debating making it a more regular thing than just like, oh, an occasional collab type thing. Oh, hey, I found a popcorn kernel. Wait, when was the last time we had popcorn? Let's go... Like 3 months ago. Okay. I know this is a bad idea. I know this is a bad idea, but I really want to try something. Sparks? No. Yes. Yes. Don't worry. Wait, is something actually wrong with this? solder iron to pop the kernel. That's the idea. It will be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. I have glasses on. We're good. You'll just burn it a bit. It will be fine. Yeah, it doesn't look like this is going to pop. I expected you to eat it, not pop it. Engage safety squids. I feel like it's not. It's not. It's not. Okay. I don't think anything's happening. The heat's too concentrated, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work, guys. Oh well. Apply flux. I'm not gonna apply flux to it. That was just one of those thoughts that like kind of crossed my mind, and I was curious. Yeah, the outside of it's not even warm. Yeah, it just kind of burned it away. It does smell like burnt popcorn, though, on the plus side. At least it smells like burnt popcorn now. Or burnt coffee. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing, Twitch Slot Cars. I hope you have a good time for however long you are here. I'm very happy to have you here. Nodders. I hope you have a good time, though. That's the most important thing. In life and in general. Also, have you thought of switching to streaming on Science and Tech instead of Twitch Plays? If you haven't already. Okay. Alright, there we go. I've been in IRL, but I don't think that's the right channel. Yeah, IRL is a very specific channel. What do you recommend? I think you... What is the objective, right? Like, if you're trying to let Twitch control the cars, I would say it's fair to put it in Science and Tech. Especially if you're doing anything Science and Tech related in it. So, like, any soldering, any electronics. Anything along those lines, I would say that's definitely fair game. But ultimately, yeah, I think most people are interested in how it works more than anything. Yeah, I'm not... What's the word? I'm not really sure what the vibe... Like, I know what vibe I go for, right? Like, I'm trying to go for the vibe that we're in, like, a hackathon. We're trying to get stuff done. You know, we're having a good time. We're chitting. We're chatting. We are, we're doing our best. But, sometimes that stuff doesn't work overly well. I don't know. I just work here. I don't even work here. I just like saying that. Anyways. Just chatting and brainstorming, essentially. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the next part. Okay, so we're gonna get these two connectors, or these two sensors connected up. And then we also need our other bumper, which is over here. Oh my gosh, those are so ugly. Why are these so long? Oh, it's okay. Anyways, it's been a fun stream. It is 1 a.m. and I need to sleep. Well, you have a very good night, Mr. Potter. Or Mrs. Potter. Also, Harry Potter, or just because you like pottery? Or maybe a third reason. What would be a tertiary reason, though, why you would name yourself Potter? You like potted plants? But that's a pot. Please, if you haven't gone, please say why your name's Potter. Please, 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 please. Anyways. This guy's attached. Looking good. Potter 4123, The Harry Potter, The Future sequel. Oh, I see. Where he fights the Terminators. Yeah, totally. First one's plugged in there. Next one's plugged in ground. Alright, then we get these guys wired up. And it should be good on these as well. Hopefully we don't run into problems with one working and the other not. I don't think we're going to. Okay, speaking of Harry Potter. Yeah, what about speaking of Harry Potter? Has anyone seen the trailer for the remake? I've seen what Hermione looks like, and I've seen what Malfoy looks like, but that is it. And I saw, like, the little, like, I saw the still image for it. I didn't know it was a remake, though. It's like the movie's just more bleak? I honestly... What are your thoughts? I feel like the movie itself... Does the movie itself need a remake? Is a question that I would ask. How often do we get gears? So gears are the same as channel points. They are just channel points by default, so it's however often they get... it's however often they come in. I think Alex is sitting on quite a few. Alex, if you... Wait, how many are you sitting on now, Alex? Oh, thank you for the hydration check. I'll make sure to hydrate. Give me just a moment. 212k. The name actually comes from my IRL name. It was one of the names my parents thought about naming me. But yes, that did decide... Yes, they did decide on something else in the end, so it's not my IRL name. Oh, huh. Okay, so it was a tertiary option. Well, color me surprised, I suppose. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, artichokes. Okay. How do we get rid of Alex's points? However you want, within reason. I don't have any problems with whatever approach you want to go with. Bup, bup, bup. Okay, excellent. Gamba. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Gamba thing is going to work. I can't get behind the Harry Potter series and who's... that's fair. Okay, I still need to wire you up. And all three of you. Okie dokie. So, Alex, what would... Theoretically, if I were to make a redeem just for you, only that you could redeem, what type of redeem would it have to be for you to consider it? What type of redeem are we talking? Polymarket derivatives? I don't think polymarket derivatives are in the cards. Okay, come on. Okay, connected. Not sure. That's a-okay. Choose a 3D printer for you to buy. Yeah, that probably would work on Alex. I want to save them a bit more. I guess that's also fair. Worry mods your streams. I don't think you want me to mod your streams. I'm not a good mod. I wouldn't even trust myself to mod my own stream, to be perfectly honest. Then again, for those of you who may or may have not seen the Discord, you know, I'm kind of quick on the deleting of hippos. We don't like hippos here. Especially orange hippos. Right, so we got these guys aligned. Let's go ahead and see if our secondary system works. I just need to get everything plugged in, then reprogrammed. What's wrong with hippos? Cynic, I just have a bad experience with them. I just have a bad experience with hippos. Because I tried to make chat-controlled hungry, hungry hippos. And we struggled, right? We struggled with it. And, hold on, let me see. So, do you know what this is, Cynic? Do you have any idea what this is? Any idea? Check the make. Check the model. Any idea what this is? Hold on. I'm going to keep wiring stuff while talking. Something about grudges, if I recall. Yes. So this is a book of grudges. And every technical project that I fail, I make an entry. And inside is Orange Hippo. So if you take a quick read, on the fateful stream, a defiant Orange Hippo wronged me. The Orange Hippo refused to actuate even after debugging. And that has a little thumbprint down there. But yes, it is in the Book of Grudges because we tried very, very hard to make it work. And unfortunately, the hippo did not bless us with its movement. So that is why it is now forbidden. Eventually, I will strike the grudge from the book and get my vengeance upon the world. But that is not today. So, are the other colored hippos okay? Yes. Justice for Orange nearly happened last stream. Yeah. Anywho, let's go ahead and get this guy connected. Need the ground connected, then we're good. It feels like it's about to slip. Ooh, that does not feel like a good one. Okie dokie, looks good. Let's go ahead and try the last one. Must do hippos with a twist. That's what it says on my list. Hippos with a twist. I mean, Sparks has already done hippos with a twist. So I would say you have to figure out hippos with a twist squared if you're gonna do that. But hey, go for it. Alright, and we are just getting the touch sensors hooked up. Give me a moment. And then our supply trigger. And then one last guy, which is going to be you two. So supply trigger. And then ground and power. And if you are wondering what schematic we are currently following, that is a good question. The schematic is in our heart. The schematic has always been with us. Okay, by the way, I have a slight side tangent. Slight side tangent while I'm plugging stuff in. Just the slightest of side tangents. Okay. Have any of you guys done, like, marksmanship? Have any of you guys ever done marksmanship? Yes. Okay, so at least one. So, like, whether with a bow, a gun, anything. Blame. Okay. Blame, yes. Okay. And also, hello, Blame, welcome in. Like at a range? Yes, with bows and guns. Okay. Okay. So, whenever I'm aiming, whenever I'm aiming either a gun or a bow or like a Nerf gun or like whatever, um, for some reason, the way that I calm myself down, like I calm my hands down, is that in my head, Phil Collins' You'll Be in My Heart from Tarzan is playing. And that's how I like steady my hands for a shot. Sorry. Not sure if that's bad or anything, but that's okay. Anywho. We're just not gonna bring that on that much more. Anywho. This is connected. I'll add it to the list. Good. Okay. Connections look good. Let's go ahead and reprogram this guy. That is not something I expected to learn today. That's okay. Huh, that's an interesting technique. Cool that it works. I mean, I think if... What's the word? If you believe that it will work. Anyways, let's go ahead and plug this guy in. Speaking of believing that this is going to work, let's go ahead and reprogram this and see what we get. Give me a moment. Okie dokie. We're just going to reprogram it. Then move on. I diagnose you with quirk. I feel like you are not the first person to diagnose me with quirk, but that's better than diagnosing me with quack. Okay. It's reprogramming. And... Okay, so it should be working now. Let's go ahead and give it a try. So whenever we touch either touch sensor, it should work. So one. So what we're looking for is these two guys here. So we're making sure that this guy is actuating, so this is our bumper. And we want to make sure it is working as expected. Which there's no reason why it shouldn't. This code is working, so it's a matter of just checking. So yes, it should work with both. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Good. Hold on. Kind of want to see the speed at which it's able to go through them. I mean, that seems fast enough. Yeah, that's basically instantaneous, I think. That should be good enough. I hope that's good enough. Yeah. It's gotta be good enough. Anywho. Okay. So given that we have our bumpers programmed now, let's go ahead and see and take a bit wider of a look on where we currently are sitting. 1 second. Yeah, that wire is just not going to stay in place, are you? Okay. Please hold on, Robert. I need to put on Tarzan. Listen, just because I need to put on Tarzan to shoot, doesn't mean there are any issues. Anyways, so we have both bumper systems. Both bumper systems working. We have our other... We have our... I don't know what these are called. The little paddles, I suppose. So we have both paddle systems working. So we have the bumper, we have the pads, and now I think we need to work on the CAD. We need to do some base level CAD for this. So we're going to do an early first pass of the CAD for this. And then we will proceed from there. So let's go ahead and open up some free CAD and hopefully get to work. Shrug emoji. Okay. Up above. And... Okay. Switch our application capture over, and then we should be good. Hey, start with Phil Collins and finish with Bon Jovi. Very intimidating combo, perhaps. Did you get the new version of FreeCAD? No, I have not gotten the new version of FreeCAD yet. So let's go ahead and get the model and get this working. So create a new sketch. Up, up, up. And up, up, up. Okay. Breaking into someone's house and you just hear Phil Collins, come on. I feel like that would be a good thing, not a bad thing. Oh, it finally happened today and it won't work. I was sure it was going to happen today. What? What finally happened? Okay. So, pinball board. I think what we want to do, if you guys can see my mouse, is that we want to put like a flat square. I wonder if I can just going to roughly do it. So a rough square and a triangle, or not a triangle, a arc here. Oh, hold on. Up, up. Nope. Up. Oh, okay, it's dead. It's okay. Okie dokie. Rectangle. Oh, I am going to have to adjust these, but we will adjust it after we get the... Actually, I should adjust it now. I need to be doing the adjustments now. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is frustrating. Okay, so we need... My print bed's essentially 256 by 256. So it can be slightly bigger. And then it's also going to arc at the top. So I think 170-ish should be fine. And let's see if we're able to change those defines once we get a little further in. I do want to go to circle. I wonder if an arc's better. Let's do an arc. I wish there was a way to get dead center on this. Oh, that's how you get dead center. Okay, excellent. Okay. So I think this is like going to be our base for our pinball machine. I need to figure out how to get rid of this line. Okay. And then we just need to make sure that these two guys are touching, and they are. Okay. So this is going to be our base plate for our pinball machine. Any comments, questions, concerns over how it looks? What we're going to add to it. We are going to have to add in our bumpers and some other stuff, and that is going to require us to do just a handful of measurements. So give me a moment. Where's the ramp going? The ramp is probably going to just be off to the side, and then we are going to make a 3D wall essentially for it. Okay. We need calipers. Was that an EMP? It could have been an EMP, I'm not sure. Okay. So what we need to measure. We essentially need to put holes for everything. How are you mounting the hardware? Bumpers, pedals, etc. So the plan in my head was that we put holes in it that are the size, and then we have both a top plate and a bottom plate. So imagine like making a sandwich. And again, I'm not good at hardware, so apologies. But my plan is to make a sandwich. So two of these plates essentially. So one flat plate, and then a bit above that is going to be the circuitry plate, or the main plate. And that's my plan. Or at least that's the approach I'm gonna go with. Best part of the stream is mechanical engineering. Good. Anyways, caliper time. So, the things that we need to measure real quick. I would like to measure our flipper length, or this guy's length, to make sure that we are not going to overdo it too much. So I want to measure both the square base. I really just need to measure the square base and make sure that it's going to be fine, because technically this guy's going to be sticking out onto the playboard itself and does not need a custom hole. And if we do need to remove it for some reason, I can always pop this guy back off and then put it back on with a hammer. So I'm not super worried about that, so we just care about the main square dimensions here. Hold on, let me 0. Zero, and then bring it back out. Okay. So we want this guy to be 42.3. So 42.3, 42.4 millimeters. Okay. 42.4? Hold on. Yeah, 42.4. So 425 for safety. 425. 42.5. Okay. So I'm going to make a note of that. So our base size. Our... Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, that's ugly. 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 Okay, so our base size is 42. Base size of paddle motor is 42. What was it? 42.5? Yeah, 42.5. At the thickest. So of course, now that I am looking more at it, I mean, I'm sure that will be fine. 42.2. Thinking. We're thinking. I'm gonna go with 42.5 just so we have a bit of space. Because I'm not 100% sure if we're going to... how it's going to end up working out. So let's go with that. 42.5. 42.5 millimeters. And then I just want to double check that this is the same approximate size. Excellent. So it is in fact square, you know. Still important to check. So 42.5, 42.5 for both. And then what we also need to do is the diameter of the bumper. So what the diameter of the bumper will look like is we aren't going to be looking at the stop bit here. We are going to be looking at the solenoid. So I need to figure out the diameter of the solenoid here. So same thing. Give me just a moment. It's clearly a pyramid. I'm sorry. What do you mean by that? Anyways, I'm going to open this guy up. Okay. Just gonna... hold on. Struggling a bit. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm looking at 14 millimeters even. And... 15.1. Okay, so we're looking at 15.1 millimeters on one end and 14 on the other. So 15.18. So I think I will just go with probably two squares that are gonna be 50. So, what are we going to name this? Solenoid actuator size 15.2 millimeters. And then the other side 14.0. Yeah, basically 14.0. Okay. We'll put 14.2 for tolerance. Millimeter. Just make square this size. Okay. So that should make our solenoids the right size. The other thing that I would like to take into account is I would like to put a very small indent in for our touch sensors. Honestly, I think it might be easier to just measure this by hand rather than trying to use our tool. But I don't see my ruler, so guess we're not. But I do need to know the diameter of this. Oh, there's the ruler. Okay. So, real quick, just gonna measure this guy. And we want it in metric. It's currently showing in centimeters, but that's a-okay. I'm just going to probably round this guy. Okay, so it's looking to be 11, 12? So 12. That's closer to 12. I think that's 12. 12? 11 or 12? Yeah, 12 millimeters by... So 12 millimeters by how long? We're looking by 12 meters, or 12 millimeters by about 15. Yeah, 12 by 15 millimeters. Okay, pretty easy to remember. So, touch sensor is 15 millimeters by 12 millimeters. And then its depth, or how thick this guy actually is, it's going to be probably quite a bit smaller. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this... I'm just going to vibe this out real quick. Yeah, it's basically 2 millimeters. Gosh, maybe even only 1 millimeter? Hold on, sorry. Yeah, I'm only seeing like a single millimeter here. I wish I had a... Actually, this one would make sense to use the calipers on. 1 second. Thank you for the hydration check, Cogsright. Also, hello, Cogsright. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and I will hydrate in just 1 second. Okie dokie. And posture check is good, thank you, Ty. Wait, Ty, aren't you streaming? Alright, yeah, this is exactly 1 millimeter. Well, at least that's easy to remember. 1 millimeter thick. The thickness in the others don't matter as much, but the thickness in this does matter because I need to make this recessed. I essentially need to carve it into it. 1 millimeter hole size. Okay, cool. So, given that information, I think we are in a pretty good setting. I think we're in a pretty good setting for next time. So what I am going to do, I think I am going to end stream here. So I would like to say, thank you guys so much for being here today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys are able to have a good afternoon, evening, or night wherever you are. And we are going to raid out to Ty probably. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. No raid message because I'm too lazy to type tonight. Yippee. Okay, we'll be in the Discord after. Thank you guys again so much for being here. I don't have anything else to say in the current meta. Yeah, I will be continuing this on Monday. Alright, see ya.